Okay, we're late. I set my alarm for 5 o'clock this morning and didn't turn it on. We wanted to leave by 7. It is now 5:54. If we can hustle, we'll probably get out of here by 7:30 or so. We're heading over to Hot Springs National Park today, but we've had significant weather. Normally I pull the trailer out several days in advance of us leaving, and we just kind of load it up over those few days. But there's been significant weather throughout the week. This is what the radar looked like when I went to bed last night, so we decided just to keep it tucked away, and we'd pull out first thing this morning. So I'm gonna get it hooked up and pulled out. From Hot Springs, we're going over to Scottsboro, Alabama, then up into the Great Smoky Mountain National Park, Mammoth Cave. Great trip, 10 days. I'm late. I gotta get going. I'll see you on the road. We made it!
Yay!
Yay!
You may still see my first token.
Yeah, so we ended up leaving at 7:30, so not too bad. Wanted to leave at 7. I didn't turn my alarm on, we still left at 7:30. Not bad. What time we get here? 2:07 was our time of arrival. So 7:30, that's what, 6 hours and 37 minutes, right?
Plus the stop here.
Well, I was including the stop. Yeah, it wasn't bad. We made pretty good time in the new hotness. On the other hand, the gas mileage not great, but it is what it is. That's the trade-off. You pay less for the truck, you pay more for gas.
You don't have to.
But yeah, you don't have to fill up the DEF tank, and gasoline is cheaper right now. So,
Diesel. True.
yeah, successful trip. We got to the campground,
of a mile,
got all set up, and we're heading down to the visitor center currently. Check out Bathhouse Row and all the stuff in downtown Hot Springs. In 1832, the U.S. Congress designated Hot Springs as a national reservation area to be preserved for future recreation after discovering the unique features of the area. It was the first time that land had been set aside by the federal government to preserve its use as an area for recreation. It did not become a national park until 1921, about 50 years after Yellowstone was officially named the first national park, but it was the first federally protected land. The hot spring water of the area was believed to have healing power, which led to the city quickly developing into a spa town destination. Major League Baseball teams used the area for spring training, with Babe Ruth playing mini games at Majestic Park. It was also the site of speakeasies during the Prohibition era, illegal gambling, a refuge for gangsters like Al Capone, where they agreed not to fight while they were visiting, and it's the birthplace of President Bill Clinton. The National Park Visitor Center is located in the Fordyce Bathhouse, which originally opened in 1915 and was known to be the most luxurious bathhouse on Bathhouse Row. It operated as a bathhouse until 1962, until it became the first on Bathhouse Row to close. Okay, I'm done saying bathhouse. What'd you think of the bathhouse yesterday?
It was old.
It was old. Do you remember when it was built?
1877?
I think it was like 1868 or something like that. I don't remember that. But it was late 1800s, yes. Isn't that kind of weird?
Yeah. The floors were pretty, though.
The floors were pretty.
They had those little tiles that they
What
did swirls with.
did you think about that crazy shower towards the end that had like 37 nozzles on it.
The needle shower?
The needle shower.
It was interesting. I wouldn't do it.
You wouldn't do it?
No.
No, probably not. And you drink the mineral water. How was that?
Good water.
It was good water.
Good water.
And it didn't stink, so that's good.
No, yeah. I didn't want to drink because I thought it was like gonna be gross.
But it wasn't gross.
No, it wasn't
It
gross.
was pretty good.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's in hotel.
And the, what was it called? Arlington.
Yeah, Arlington.
Arlington Hotel, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. Good talk.
See where you're going? It says Hot Springs right there.
Okay.
Hot Springs, Arkansas.
Usually I struggle with this, so we'll see how it goes.
Oh, there it is.
Boink.
I did it first try.
First try, bro. Yeah. What did I tell you?
So I'd say we should go under the bridge. He goes, no, I don't think we're gonna make it under the bridge. So we all, if me and Gamer proceed to go over there, and I'm like, maybe I can fit under there. You know, I lean over the edge a little, and I start falling, and now I look like this. So this is a great day.
Did you push him?
No!
Yes.
Started right there this morning and drove all the way across Mississippi, and we are right up here in Alabama. We left at
And 8:10.
8:10.
The goal of 8.
We left at 8:10. We got here just after 4, so 8 hours with 2 stops. Stopped for gas. We stopped for gas when we left. Well, actually, it was a couple hours.
I think it was at least 2.
And then stopped once we were almost here. We were about an hour out. Stopped and filled up again. Dropped off real quick, went to the unclaimed baggage store, which was really cool. And then now we're about to eat supper. But I'm going to show you the campsite real quick, which is really nice. We're at Jackson County Park in Scottsboro, Alabama. We're site
42? 41?
41. Dad's in 42, right literally on the lake, which is pretty cool. So I'll show you the site, and then we're going to eat some dinner. Yay! What was your favorite part about the drive today?
Getting out.
Getting here.
Especially the last stop, I had the best stretch.
Mm-hmm.
But getting out.
Mm-hmm.
The bumps are kind of fun
No, they were not fun.
until they weren't.
They were not fun.
Well, the little ones were like doing that. That's kind of fun. So yeah.
Okay. The Unclaimed Baggage Store is a unique, one-of-a-kind retail store that purchases the contents of unclaimed baggage from airlines after the airlines are unable to reunite the baggage with the rightful owners. The items are clean, tested, and authenticated if necessary, and sold at a discounted price. They have everything: clothing, electronics, shoes, jewelry, handbags, books, musical instruments, and plenty of unusual items. There's also a pretty neat museum that contains some of the most interesting baggage items that have come through the store.
happened on the way to our campsite.
Well, first, before we roast Dad, take a look around. Like, look at that campsite. It's beautiful. Look, we're at campground.
I thought you were talking about me.
Rocky Mountain. Rocky Mountain. I keep saying Rocky Mountain. Great Smoky Mountain National Park. We are inside, what are we in, 56? And Dad is in
58.
58. So yeah. Apparently there are directions when you, on recreation.gov, when you book this site in this campground, that you do not follow like the Google Maps directions. And there's a really good reason for that.
Wish we would have read that.
Wish we would have read it before we came in. It actually took us, it tells you to turn right when you can see the ranger station from this intersection, and it tells you to turn right. And we both probably thought, but didn't say out loud, oh, that looks like a ranger station right there. And we turned right. And we went about a quarter of the way down, and I stopped and I went back, and Dad said, you turned where it says not to turn. But there's no cell signal. He couldn't warn us. So anyways, an hour later, an hour after we should have gotten here, we wound up at our campsite. But to get here, we had to take a pretty treacherous route, wouldn't you say?
Yes.
We're talking like 179-degree turns, switchbacks. Like, I'm just praying there's nobody coming the other way because I can't stop. But you know what? It all worked out. We got to see a side of the park we wouldn't have otherwise seen. So it was fun.
Yep.
Cades Cove is a scenic valley surrounded by mountains and is known for its wildlife, historic buildings, and stunning views. The Scenic Loop is an 11-mile, one-way road that takes you around the valley. You can also bike the loop, and there are places to stop and explore on foot. The loop closes to vehicle traffic every Wednesday, so if you want to drive the loop, make sure to pick a different day. The scenic drive also gets very busy, and the drive can take 2 to 3 hours depending on the number of vehicles that are trying to go through at the time and the amount of wildlife that people want to stop and stare at. The best time to spot any wildlife is first thing in the morning. We saw a black bear shortly after sunrise. That's also the best time to go to beat the busiest traffic. The views are great today. What do you think?
Oh, I mean, it's beautiful. Nothing but fog and rain.
What do you think?
Do not recommend.
How far do you think we are? It's only a half-mile trail.
What?
Yeah, how far do you think we are?
I don't know.
Halfway, 3/4 of the way.
Yeah.
Almost there. I don't know where they are. Back there somewhere. We'll meet them at the top.
Yeah.
What does this remind you of?
The hike we just did.
The hike we just did. But this time, we have clear skies, right?
The rain will feel good right now, but
Well, yeah, you're not wrong. It would be kind of nice.
Yeah.
So it's our last morning at Look Rock Campground. This place is awesome. If you're coming to the Great Smokies, you should probably check this place out. When we were looking to stay here, we wanted to stay in the national park, but it's also the middle of summer. It's 95 degrees during the daytime, so we wanted somewhere that had an electric hookup to run our air conditioners. And if you've tried to stay in a national park before, you probably know that it's hard to find a place inside a national park that has power hookups, that has water hookups, and this actually has both. My dad and I were in site 56 and 58 at Look Rock Campground in the Great Smokies. We have water and electric. There's even a dump station here, which is nice, and there's flush toilets right up the hill. Actually very well maintained, especially for a national park, but there's no showers. So we took a real quick shower last night just to kind of rinse off, and that worked out really well. So I think probably the ideal time to come here is in the fall. As you can see, there's a ton of foliage all around us, and to come here during that color change would probably be pretty awesome. These sites are $36 a night. I think there's a total of 6 sites that have electricity and 4 that have water, I think. But I went online and checked as far out as I could check, which was like towards the end of October, when those colors would be starting to change. And it's already booked out, so might be something that you have to plan like a year in advance. But I really don't have any complaints about this site. It's been great. And what do you think? Pretty good? Yeah. The only disadvantage is that you're kind of on one side of the park, and you have to leave the park and go, like yesterday we had to drive 2 hours to get to Kleeman's Dome, or Kawohi, whatever it's called now. And that was quite the trek. So, but you know, if that's the worst that we're having to deal with, that's okay. We actually got a pretty awesome treat last night. Millie and I were coming back from the bathrooms doing our business, and when we got close to the campsite, there was a mama bear and her 2 cubs just right across the street. There was a crow that had got injured somehow. It's actually still here, but mama bear and the cubs came down, I guess from the street, and were messing with that injured crow. And they were out there for a little bit. I got a couple good videos with my phone, and eventually they just let the crow be, and now it's even further down the hill. They didn't need it. They didn't kill it. It's still out there. So, but yeah, it's been a good stay at Look Rock Campground. We're going to leave here today and go to Honeysuckle Meadows, which is actually just outside the national park, about 30 minutes away. We're going to stay there for 2 nights. Hit up Dollywood, and then from there we're heading up to Natural Bridge. So we'll see you soon.
Now you don't have to be worried about any turn because you did those mountain turns.
I know. This will seem easy, huh?
I get stressed.
What happened, Braden?
You go.
I'll
You go first. Yeah, you go first.
So, trying to demonstrate like the new valve thing for the sewer line, and couldn't get it to latch. I was like, look how good this latches, and then it wouldn't latch because the lid over the tube in the ground would not open far enough. So anyways, we get the front tank empty, we pull up, I go to take the cap off of the rear drain tank, and I twist it, and it just starts dumping.
Oh, did you pull them already?
So I put the cap back on, and we hadn't seated the gray water valve all the way closed, so it was just like dripping into the area between the valve and the cap, and that filled up. But it was just gray water. Okay. Not a big deal. Make sure that thing's seated. I just opened the cap and jumped back, let it dump out. And then we got that hooked up, emptied our tanks. Braden even hooked up the non-potable hose, and we rinsed out the black tank, got that disconnected, and like we're each doing our own thing, and then Braden's happened.
So what happened was,
What happened?
I was putting the tube back into the back of the trailer so we can go. And I put it up, and like a drop falls out. I go, oh, whatever. No, and then I put it up, and there's a stream coming down, splashing all over my feet and my socks. And
It was not gray water.
it was not green water. That was both gray and black. So my socks and my shoes both got poo-poo water on them.
Great.
And
More stinky.
what happened was, now my shoes and socks are in the back, and I'm barefoot in our car. So,
All his clothes are getting stinky. He fell in the
yeah,
lake.
I fell in the river at our first campsite. Got caca water here. I don't know what's happening.
Thank goodness it's laundry day.
It is laundry day. Yeah,
And power wash
the hose was like coming, you know, it slides in the rear bumper, and so the end of it was laying on the ground, and he was sliding it in. So when he picked the end up, it just went.
You gotta
It
be
was like
careful.
it's like a poop fire hose.
You'll only do that once.
Yeah, I don't think he'll make that mistake again.
No. No.
So that was our that's the worst poop tank emptying experience I've ever had, and I can't really explain why. I think it was because Braden was involved.
Okay.
But I normally just do it myself, so. And he did wind up with the worst of it, so.
Yeah, I mean, you still got some poo-poo water on you. It was actually
Oh, I
on
did,
your
yeah,
skin.
so when I took the hose out of the drain in the ground, that metal cap slammed shut, like it just fell shut, and it just went sprayed everywhere. I had to rinse my feet off.
His
Yeah.
arms off, his legs
Just
off.
glad to have that over with. We're moving on to Honeysuckle Meadows, and at least that part of it's going to be. I'm manifesting it. It's going to be a much better experience.
Mm-hmm.
We gotta learn from our mistakes.
We learn from our
And we're
mistakes
going to
and
Dollywood.
we move on. And we're going to Dollywood tomorrow.
Yeah.
Tomorrow. One sleep.
One sleep, and we're in Dollywood.
Yep.
That wraps up the first leg of our Summer Blitz. Check back in a couple of weeks when we hit the second half of our trip and head back home after visiting Natural Bridge State Park and Mammoth Cave in Kentucky.